Okay, chapter 24, sound, rhyme, and rhythm. Sound would be a major supporting detail in this chapter. An example would be repetition of the same vowel sound in the neighboring words. My example would come from page 790, digging. On the second stanza, he uses sound, ground, and down, which is a repetition of the same vowel sound, which is O. And rhyme is a major supporting detail in this chapter also. An example from the book would be echoing repetition of sounds and end syllables of words. My example would be from an anonymous author on page 797. Sir Patrick Spence is the title. In lines 2 and 4, they state wine and mine. This is an example of rhyme because it's an echoing repetition of sounds at the end of those two lines. And rhythm is also a major supporting detail in this chapter. And an example from the book is flow. My example would come from A Song in the Front Yard by Gwendolyn Brooks. And when you read the poem, you can sing it like a song. For example, in the second stanza, it states, "To where the charity children play, I want a good time today." And, if you put some music in there, you can totally make a song out of that. And stresses and pauses is also a major supporting detail. An example from the book is a pause, usually in the middle of a line. My example would be on page 793 in Edna St. Vincent Millery by Edna St. Vincent Millery. Only until the cigarette is ended. On line 9, it states, "And then adieu. Farewell, the dream is done." And right there in that line, it had a long pause in the middle of the line. So that is a pause. Meter is a supporting detail. An example from the book is these rhythmic stresses are often arranged in specific intervals. And my example would be from Southeast Corner on page 813. In this poem, the author stresses the first of every line. And if you look at it, you can see. And he puts a capital at every beginning of the line. And not all poems do that. So he's stressing. And he also has the meter to where whenever you say it, then it. And scansion is a major supporting detail. An example from the book is we often use a slash mark and to mark a stressed syllable and a tilde to indicate an unstressed syllable. And my example would be in Southeast Corner also on page 813. And on line 2, it states, "The madam is underground." In this, you'd use a slash and then a tilde. So you'd use a slash for mad and then an A for am, tilde. And under, you'd use a slash, and ground, you'd use a tilde. And that's all for this chapter.